destroyed our brethren in that hole.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Sacsri and Bisu here on Benzene. Top right, it's going to be Bisu. He's orange today. And in the bottom left, a purple Zerg, the classic Zerg color. It's going to be Sacsri. This is an epic game sent to me by RJB of RJB TV fame. Should be a good one. Let's go ahead and see why it's going to be epic here today. Man, I do love PvZ, just because I feel like every unit is viable, except for maybe scouts and carriers, and devourers, and I don't know, maybe queens, but queens can snipe High Templar, but we don't see that very often, so, Anyway, usually they use Mutalisks to snipe High Templar, because Mutalisks have basically utilization other than that. So anyway, we got ourselves Perry the Probe scouting out here on Benzene. It's a fairly weird map. You expand up the left side or down the right side depending on where you spawn. And there are not a lot of places to expand here. So we will see. We will see how this game finishes up. Maybe it's going to be a giant Reaver drop. And did you see hero versus free? I'm going to say Disruption Web. And if you haven't seen it, let me know, and I'll put a link to it in the description, or respond to your comment with a link to it, because holy smokes, that was such an interesting game. So different from the PvZs that I'm casting these days. Anyway, it is going to be an overpool play. Maybe, yeah, it's going to be a pool first, and then an overlord. Distinction, maybe without a difference, I don't know. But one set of lings here because he got scouted. Forge coming down. That and pylon blocking here is Bisu. Two lings? I think you can expand before the cannon. Yeah, so only two, and cannon before the expand. All right, Bisu. Maybe he says, two lings, a little bit too dangerous to do a forge, expand, and then cannon. But yeah, I think it would have been safe with a Nexus first. Well, Nexus after forge. Anyway, doesn't make a big difference, I think, at this stage of the game. Pylon down, and this probe is still blocking. Poor Sacsri, man. Poor Sacsri. Bam. So, hatch at 3 minutes. Gas on the way here. No gas here from Bisu. Just waiting for the gateway. Just making probes. All is well. All is calm inside Bisu's base. PD the Probe here is like, all is not calm for me. I'm being chased. Being chased by Zerglings, which is not very fun. Third base here on the way. Did he take that before? Yeah, he took the third base before the second base. Because the Overlord said, your gateway is not done, or was not done at the time that the natural base is coming up. So hey, third base. First under gas into a lair, and Cybernetics Core on the way into a Stargate. So yes, this is a little bit of a non-standard opening here, but it is shaping up to be Scourge versus Corsairs. And then maybe some drones. Well, yes, some drones. Maybe some Reavers. What else do we have in the bag for us today? Reavers, Storm. Probably some Lurkers, very popular against Protoss. We'll keep an eye on it here. I don't think we're going to try to make Mutas work here against Bisu. Sacsri, I don't feel like is the kind of player to give it a shot. Terror is someone who will do it. Larva is someone who will do it. Jadong is someone who will do it. But Sacsri is not quite on these guys' level, right? Not quite the kind of dude who's going to try to make that happen. But, you know, could be wrong. Spire's not even done yet, so we have a minute before we get to that point. So Robert the Zealot's here. He does force a bunch of lings out, which is good. He's not going to get a lot done. right? Like 2 Zerglings killed, meh. Probe down, Zealot down. Not the greatest trade, but forced Lings out where Sacsri just wanted to make drones. So it's going to be a +1 Corsair opening here. Spire on the way. We got a while to our moment of truth before we see exactly how... Man, I don't know. Does he need to throw a Hydra down all of a sudden? Because his anti-air against Corsairs is nil right now, and his Spire is late. I think a lot of that has to do with delaying that second base. Really messing up Sacsri's plans here because, yeah, I got a Corsair out. Spire is not even halfway done yet. We've got to hide these Overlords, man. Look at them running. Like, we know we're in a lot of trouble here. Tear the Overlord and bury the Overlord, running for it as fast as they can because there's not a Hydralisk Den coming down at all. Citadel of a Dune on the way. Macro Hatch is great. This Corsair is not finding any Overlords. This is pretty big, actually. This is a big window you have to kill Overlords, and you're not finding any of them. Hey, there's one. Cool. So we'll kill that one. And yeah, it actually worked out pretty well from Sacsri. I don't think he's going to lose more than 1 Overlord, which, you know, losing an Overlord at this stage of the game is bad news bears, but, you know, not the end of the world. So, going to be Scourge in production here. 2 sets of Scourge, and a Hydra Den did get fired up at some point. But a little bit too late to save that Overlord, and this Overlord probably will get saved as Scourge are out. Let's see if Scourge are going to start making a beeline for this guy and try to save his butt. Guys, Scourge? Scourge. Here they are. And, see, second Corsair shows up. Overlord down. Boom. Let's go. Let's find more Overlords to kill. This is really fun, says Bisu's Corsairs. That one decides not to go for. He's like, by this time, there has to be Scourge out, man. There have got to be Scourge. Getting 2 Overlords is a lot. So, yeah, it's a bit of a supply block here. Not the craziest thing. Fall back to the cannon, Corsairs. Keep working on more Corsairs. Once you have +1 attack, once you have a few of your buddies around, you can just kill those annoying Scourge before they connect with your soft bodies. Although, I don't know, Corsair bodies are not soft. They look like they're made out of metal of some kind. But still, they die really fast to explosive Scourge connections. No real shame in that, I would say. So yeah, it is going to be Hydras. Hydras produced here instead of Mutas. Falcon is a big fan of that. He'll sign off on it. Again, not that Mutas can't work. They are really good at bruising up these Zealots. They're really good at picking off High Templar. You know the drill. And by the way, Templar Archives just finished. Let's see how long it takes Bisu to fire up Storm here. And the answer is maybe longer than we'd like it to. There it is. Storm coming in. So I don't know, like 5 or 6 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. Not a huge deal. Scourge on the chase. You want to turn and fire on these guys? Not really, Bisu says. Absolutely not. All right, man. More Corsairs on the way. Hydra is going to be a great answer. That's the thing. If you invest a ton into Corsairs and your opponent just goes mass Hydra, it's kind of like, oh, man, I sure wish I'd invested more into things like Reavers and High Templar than Corsairs. Because, yeah, these Hydras are great. They're working on that range upgrade. They've got the speed upgrade. They're chasing these Zealots. These speedy boys as they try to get out of here. Ooh, it's a DT. DT wandering around. Are we sufficiently detected here at the third base? I mean, Overlords have speed, so, yeah, we're sufficiently detected pretty much everywhere at this stage. This DT is not getting anything done. I think he's getting chased, too, even, like... Juke around. Yeah, that's fine. You can run away, says Sacsri. I'm okay with that. Just stay away from my hatcheries, please. The old Overlord down. Yeah, I mean, the Corsairs, they're doing what they're supposed to do. One of them looks like they did take a Corsair hit. Lurker aspects on the way. And there's a Robo coming in, but probably just for detection for the Lurkers for the time being. But every Protoss player is like, please make Reavers. Please, especially because Sacsri here is making all of the Hydralisks in the entire world. Ooh, Overlord sniped, losing a Corsair for it. The previously injured one went down. That's probably okay. Ow, okay. That Corsair died for absolutely nothing. Third base coming in right side from Bisu. And this is, my gosh, these Corsairs are finding way too many kills. That is a supply block on Sacsri. Official supply block here. And a 4th base coming in from Sacsri, but he can't make any drones right now. He's got to spend his money on overlords. He's making 5 overlords at the same time. Which, again, major benefit for Zerg. It is nice. Every race has their own benefits. The one benefit for Zerg especially is being able to make a million things at the same time. Without having... Well, anyway, without having to, like, use an SCV to build it or use a drone to turn into it. Are we just sacking this? Bisu's like, all right, never mind. No 4th base for me. I didn't have any lurkers or lings up here to deal with these zealots with +1. Brutal stuff, but... On the counterattack. Oh, I don't even know what was in that shuttle. Was there something in that shuttle? Okay. Base for a base. Eye for an eye will make the whole world go blind. I believe is part of the Mosaic code. Is that how you say Moses is Mosaic? Like when you're talking, I don't even know. Whatever. Point is, base down, 3 base to 2 base. Back to the original state here. Morphin and some lurker eggs. Overlord gets sniped again. It's another, not official supply block, but it's close enough to be a supply block. Why not? Yeah, these lurker eggs on this ramp are super annoying. High Templars say, storm the lurker eggs. Kill them. Ooh, 2 lurker eggs die. That one's going to die too. Just attack it. You'll kill it. You got this, boys. I believe in you. Yeah, lurker eggs dead. All Protoss fans are cheering wildly. Woo! Take that, lurker eggs. You disgusting things. DT wandered down here to try to shut down any attempt to expand in this location, but there's an overlord, and I guess if a drone comes down here by himself, he'll probably get smacked in the face. That's going to be the thing here. We got Dragoons on the way to deal with the lurkers that are on the way. It's reaction. A lot of macro hatches here, too. Pretty impressive stuff going on here from Sacsri for the macro hatch. He needs to catch up economically. It's only at 46 workers, which actually isn't that bad, but the supply blocks continue to happen. And this is just hurting, man. This is some of the most effective Corsair play I've seen in a hot minute. Yeah, this Overlord's like, please don't kill me. Please, no. Not a supply block because Sacsri's making Overlord 6 at a time now. Just really not stopping to stop making Overlords at all at this point. Hey, a lurker. One lurker made it to the high ground. He's got 0 kills, but he's very brave. He's going to knock through this stack of power generators all by his lonesome. That'll be fantastic. Okay, positioning is set up here. We got the 1-1 for the Zergy Zerg. We got the 1-1 for the Protoss. A hive is on the way. And Bisu mounting a bit of an attack in here, but he sees the lurker spawns. He sees they're spread out. It's a good spread of lurkers there. I love the Sunkens coming up at the top of that ramp. Yeah, lurker sunken high ground. Protoss is like, I don't like it. But hey, it's forced Sacsri to use, you know, drones on things other than bringing in cash. DT finally wipes that guy out. I don't know why it took him a second to get that final hit off, but all is well that ends well. And the lurker is dead. Hive coming in, so it's been, I don't want to say it's been a passive game, but no real major attacks have been mounted on anybody's bases. There was a forced cancel at this, yes. There was a forced cancel over here, but those were just pokes, right? That was not like, I'm here to kill you forever. That was just sort of a, oh, that drone, wrong place, wrong time. Really? You're just going to send a drone down here by itself, huh? Man, Sacsri did not have good information, good intel on where the Protoss army was there. I can tell you that much. Storms are coming in. Detection allowing these lurkers to get picked up. Another Psionic Storm just as that lurker burrows. Beautiful stuff. On the other side, oh, Lings jump onto this space and shut it down. Holy Hannah Montana. This is big for Sacsri. I'd say he's an underdog in this game. You know what? He's hacking away on this Nexus. He's not going to force a cancel on it. That cannot be a forced cancel. No, it's going to take a bunch of damage, but it's not going to go down. I mean, good effort, though. Yeah, man, Sacsri's got a ton of Lings. They don't quite have Adrenal yet. I'm not even sure if those Lings had Adrenal, if they'd be able to take down that Nexus in time. That'd be very funny if they did, but no. And are we going to send a drone down here to expand or what? And Bisu's got this thing rolling. This is up now, finally. Free Dragoon is free, but yeah, until these Lings have Adrenal, I don't think they really should be getting into too big engagement here. Ventral Sacs coming in, and a Defiler Mound from Sacsri. On the other side of it, just more High Templar. I don't see any indication of a Robotics Bay from Bisu, but that could be more of a late game thing in PvZ. Lings, Adrenal. Again, Adrenal's not finished. I know you guys want to pounce on something and kill it. And you can very, very capably do that, but only if you have the Adrenal upgrade. That really makes the difference here. Ow, maybe don't run into Archons either, guys. What is this? He's sending... Okay, he's going to fight. Adrenal's done. All right, so now we fight. Now we fight. The Adrenal is complete. Yeah, there's a lot of Zealots here, but we've got the upgrade. We have the speed attack upgrade here. We've got the Carapace upgrade. We don't have an attack upgrade, so maybe that didn't go as well as we wanted it to. But then jumping onto this base, Storm is the saving grace of this base. And does actually save the day here. No buildings die. Where is this High Templar? Where are the two of them? 1 kill on that one, 5 kills on that one, and the cannons did the rest. Excellent defense. Yeah, trying to jump on these bases without Dark Swarm. I mean, look, Psionic Storm existed, so Dark Swarm is not gonna negate any of that, unfortunately. All right, man. DT swinging down. Oh my gosh, he's going to get it. Sacsri sent this drone down to expand and never started the expansion. And this DT's like, hey, man, kind of feel sorry for you. Is this working? By the way, yeah, I guess Bisu is still kind of trying to break up here, but it's tough. It's tough when there are that many lurkers spread out in multiple layers, and you're just like, oh my gosh, how many lurkers do I have to kill to break into this position? These guys are still friends, by the way. Like, they can see each other, right? Yeah, they can totally see each other here. They're just hanging out, enjoying each other's company, having a conversation, I guess. Plague is getting researched. So I think we're getting into the super duper late game. There's the Reaver. Okay, so Reaver in production, Plague in research. We are getting into the deepest stages of PvZ. I don't know why that DT never killed that drone. I'm not sure if Bisu sent the DT down there and assumed it would kill a drone if it was there, and then it didn't, and it was like, what? So now Bisu's heading down to the south to shut this base down, and it still doesn't exist, mind you. There's been a drone sitting down here for like 4 minutes. Oh, picks him up and saves him. Sneaky stuff. So drops can be used in that way, but also drops can be used offensively, which is what we're going to look at here. Offensive drop, possibly on this little 12 o'clock base here on Benzene for Bisu. He's got the stuff, though. He's got the High Templar. He's got 3 High Templar here with... They all have full energy? No. 2 of them have full energy. 1 of them has 1 storm available. More cannons coming in. Did he sniff this out? He's like, I am worried about getting dropped. I guess he saw the drone get picked up, so... Yeah, here comes the drop. Big old drop. When are the storms? There you go. Storms coming down. Dark swarms on everything. I think Sacsri's got enough to break this down. If there were some Reavers here, it'd be a different story. Also, there is army coming back to defend this. A lot, actually, but they're not going to save the Nexus. Crackling DPS is a little bit too high for that. They have the +1 attack cover. Look at him saving the drones. Oh, but then he doesn't run the Overlord away, and oh my gosh, he's going to unload in the main with these. He's going to unload in the main with these. Dude, Sacsri. Drops. What do I always say? Drops, 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 drops. Okay, actually kill something. Guys, you have a limited amount of time to get something done here. Okay. Cool. So they got nothing done. They could have sniped the observer. Why did he drop them in there? And then, I guess, I don't know, macroing or something back home. That's really frustrating. Once again, Bisu is trying to break this position, but it's a bridge, and there's 2 chokes here. There's lurkers on the other side, and now there's Dark Swarm over there, and Bisu's like, peas. Don't like this at all. So look, Zerg players on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. Although this is mined out. Wow, really? Yeah, I feel like that was fast. Okay, trying to bust on in here. Catching a plague. Ooh, right to the face. Reavers sending in those scarab shots into the orange, into the darkness. They're willing to go in there all the time because of their splash damage capabilities. This base is still not coming up. These lings could be taking down pylons. Sacsri does not know what units he has or where they are. Or, I mean, look, Bisu had the same problem earlier with that DT. Finally recognizing that, oh yeah, I guess I could be killing some of these pylons and being useful instead of sitting on my patootie, accomplishing nothing at all. Could this be a supply block on Bisu? No, we are still at 200 supply after losing those 2 pylons. Alright, so Bisu bottom right. Is he mined out? His natural's mined out, but Sacsri's is not, so that's the difference right now. So, if we split the map in half, Protoss has a major advantage, which is that Sacsri probably wants this base and maybe even this base. If he's going to win this game today, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on the economic realities these players are faced with. Bisu retaking the 1 o'clock. There's the warp in. More DTs being added in. I don't know if they're going to be turned into a Dark Archon. Could see some of that going on here. And yeah, still, Sacsri hasn't tried to expand down this way. Maybe he feels like it's cursed. I don't know about engaging out here. I mean, sure, plaguing the stuff and then running away with your Defiler is not a bad move. I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10. But otherwise, those lings jumping, it's not going to work out. Not going to work out for you. Ling sniping a High Templar would be cool. They get one. Ooh, they get two. 2 High Templar sniped. Massive win for 4 lings running in there. Wow. Sacsri gambled and won on that. That was a humongous, fantastic trade for the Zerg player. So yeah, we're just kind of... bit of a sneeze there. We're just kind of hanging out, dancing around. I really feel like Sacsri doesn't want to take this base because Bisu's got control of all this high ground, right? He's got map control right now. Sacsri does not want to move out. And so all he can really do is hold on to the bases that he has, but if he doesn't take either of these, he's gonna lose. Just the nature of the beast here. Okay, those lings accomplish nothing. They did force out some scarab shots, and those aren't free. So maybe that counts for a trade. Archons galore here. Darkstorm comes up. Archons jump in it. Reaver shots, catching up Plague, fighting on in. Hydra's trying to snipe those obs. Good micro there. Good pullback on the obs, though. Oh, and then maybe bring them up to the front, but they're still alive. They are still alive. One of them's taking some hits, but still happening. So yeah, this is a problem for Sacsri. If he can't get this area under control, he can't expand here. There's no way he's expanding here. And if neither of those things happen, he's a dead nerd. So he's moving out. He's like, all right. I got to set up a beachhead here. I got to set up a potential location on where to attack. Oh, okay, but free obs are free, sort of? Okay, 1 ob's down. That ob survives for reasons that I don't understand. Okay, we're just more interested in moving down to this 3rd base of Bisu and killing it. Again, storms are good, but the Zerg swarm is endless. Here they come. Are there enough High Templar here to storm everything? And the answer is the storm has not stopped yet, but now it has stopped. And the sign of the storm stopping means your base is dead, is unfortunately how this worked. That's a lot of lurkers, too. Sacsri. All right, hold on a second. Taking down another Nexus here. Several probes going down. Only 42 probes remain. These guys might be setting up for an attack on this base. That'd be pretty good, but there are Reavers over there. Supply block? No. Pylons and Nexuses dying galore. Is there enough to actually wipe this out? There is a High Templar with enough energy for... Oh, that one's got 3 storms, so we can just kind of hold this line for a while. Corsairs hunting overlords inside the main base, but taking no concern for the 3/3 Hydras that are there too. Okay, storm. Are we? I think we're shuttling in Reaver. Yeah, shuttling in Reavers to hold this base. Ah, it does take a Reaver out, but the base is saved. Reaver goes down, but Nexus lives. At least as long as these lurkers get taken down. There we go. So, wow, a bunch of probes died there. 30 probes remain. There were 42 a second ago. Not great, Bob. Come on, Bisu. Dude, and Sacsri is taking this base. With all the aggression, he is expanding while attacking here. 161 to 171 supply. Bisu is up. Economy is running out a little bit for both of these players, right? Main base, second base, third base, all gone. Relying on further expansions for cash now. Okay, Lurker's getting some hits in here. Archons clean them out fairly quickly. Zealots too. But suddenly, Bisu finds himself on the back foot to a pretty disturbing extent here for Protoss fans. Not happy about this. Plague gets tossed down again. I mean, Sacsri is doing all the right things. Plagues, Dark Swarms, drops. Lurkers, Lings, giving the Lings upgrades. They've got 3-3 now, which is impressive stuff. Protoss is at 3-1-3 upgrades. He's at 3-3, but he's got additional ones. Additional 3s to get here. That's a great Dark Swarm Lurker placement. My gosh, more probes die. More probes going down. Probes evac and a lot of lost mining time here. 47 to 35 workers is not where you want to be against a Zerg player. It's only 47 workers for Sacsri, to be fair. It's not like he's rocking 65 or 70, but still. Storm attack. It's 5 drones. That High Templar. Oh! Started the animation to cast a storm, but couldn't quite pull it off. So 5 drones die. Yep, 47 to 42. This Defiler is still alive and could evac on that Overlord. I mean, at least make an attempt at an evac. I'm not sure it would be successful, but yeah, Bisu's sharking around. Meanwhile, Sacsri's taking this base. He's got a lot of drones hanging out down here that aren't doing anything. There we go. That's the spirits, boys. More Scourge being added to try to pick off those obs, so the Lurkers are even more effective than they've been to this point. But yeah, fully upgraded Cracklings, man. Fully upgraded Hydras, fully upgraded Lurkers. The Reaver play is going to have to be pretty good here from Bisu, as now guess who has the established high ground position? Sacsri does. Busting up here, getting some decent hits. A lot of Lings dying with big hits. Is there the connection of all time here? No, just little smaller connections. Sacsri flooding in. He says, I don't care that you have 3 Reavers. I'm going to kill all of them. And he does, but by golly. Oh, Defiler snipe on the final hit. Is there enough Zerg to come down here and shut down an attempt to expand here? Yes. Yes, there's enough to shut this thing down. Oh, he picks up the Defiler. He's going to head it over and add it to this group. That's so good. That is so cool for Sacsri here. Is this an upset? This is feeling like a bit of an upset. I like Sacsri, mind you. But he's never been a player that I'm like, wow, he is top tier. You know, my favorite to win the next ASL. Scourge connecting on an ob. Run. Oh, he does get that one before it escapes out of detection range. Another big plague on these Zealots. Man, without this plague, it'd be a very different game. The softening of these Zealots from just tanks that are so hard to kill into, oh, all you have left are shields is such a big thing. You're going to come down here without any Defiler support and try to wipe this out. I know you guys are 3-3 Lings and everything. Oh, there is a Defiler. Never mind. We got this, unless the Psionic Storm kills all of them, which is entirely possible. High Templar, enough Storm. You got one more Storm available. And it does kill all the Lings. Oh, that's humongous. Oh, but then more Lings are showing up. By that, I mean one Zergling is showing up. Hydras, get inside the Dark Swarm. Get inside the Dark Swarm. Okay, well, all right then. Fair enough, I guess. This Defiler, oh, gets, my gosh, the evac, the Mission Impossible stuff here. Getting the evac out of the war zone after doing some special tactics stuff here. With that Defiler, 152 to 148 supply. Another great plague. Another great plague. And Bisu, when he gets played, he's just like, ugh, I don't want to fight, but it's not like retreating and coming back later is going to help you when you get played. There's no recovering from that. All right. Just enough, though. Just enough on the splash damage. The Archon, the Reaver, the Storm, winning that battle despite taking massive plagues to the face. More Lings being added on in here. Zealot Archon, more Lurkers high ground. Going to be tough to bust here for Bisu. Somewhere Critter is not happy with this. Critter's one of my subscribers. He is a Protoss player, and he's like, man, you just can't break high ground. I guess there aren't any Sunkens. And if there were Sunkens, it wouldn't matter, because the Reaver's the one who's busting this anyway. Archon's getting some serious work done, but flanking in from the top side, here comes Sacsri. Reaver's getting some hits off Chaos on the screen right now. And man, these Archons are putting in all of the work. 34 kill Archon. Let's go. 34 kills. He's not even close to dead. All right, Bisu scratching and clawing and fighting his way back. He's going to take down this base, which Sacsri's had for a minute. A long minute, actually. Dude, 36. Is he going to go down? I think he's going to go down. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 41 kills, man. But he gets the work done nevertheless. Oh, good storms here. Hatch down, man down. Okay, I mean, having this base for as long as he did is nice. I'm not going to complain about it. But what I am a little bit worried about is that it's gone now. Bisu's taken this one. This never went down. Never replaced this one. I guess... yeah, not enough resources there to make that worth it under any circumstances at all. And it's a Muta tech switch. Okay. So Sacsri says all the Corsairs are dead. Let's go ahead and make some High Templar. Snipe out these HT. And maybe snipe out some Reavers. Kill a shuttle carrying 2 Reavers in it. That would be hot. Maybe I can pull this thing off. Oh, gosh. No. All right. Well, good. Okay, great. Good storms, nevertheless. There now it's 35 to 35 workers, but both High Templar die. You want those guys to be able to fight another day. Mutas dive bombing in. High Templar, they have to storm themselves. The Archon that's coming in is still eating storm, and bam, big plays here from Sacsri, picking off those High Templar, forcing them to turn into Archon, and then killing the Archon. This base in a lot of trouble. Single Crackling doing a lot of work. Down this way. And these guys respawn. Mutas jump in. Find another Archon to kill. Dude, Sacsri is kind of on fire here. Killing an Archon that is an Archon is a little bit more difficult. Lurkers burrow in. How much storm do you have? Not a lot. Zealots don't want any part of that smoke. About 300 shields taken off of that Nexus by that Zergling, which is very funny. Shuttle down. Again, I don't know what was in that shuttle, but I think it was probably High Templar or maybe a Reaver. And that's it. Whoa! Bisu taps out, and Sacsri takes the win in a very abrupt play here. Abrupt ending, but I guess what it came down to was he didn't have an answer for the Mutas. No Corsairs. His Dragoon count was basically nil. I'm not sure he had any Dragoons anywhere at all. High Templar, yeah, they could do something here. Archons to some extent too, but this base was going to die. And if this base dies, Bisu basically... well, I gotta check. You know what? We got to check his economic status here to see if this was perhaps a little bit premature. But wow, that was a great game. Sacsri, again, pulling out the upset. Dead impressive stuff, man. So yeah, so that happened. Okay. So yeah, this is mined out. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That is, well, Is it fair? It's got to be more about Dragoon count and Corsair count than economy. Because Sacsri's mined out here and here and here and here, and he's only mining from this base. So it's a 1-base mining Zerg player against a 1-base mining Protoss. But the larger problem here is that his anti-air consists of, like, un-Archon. I'm pretty sure the only thing he has on map right now is un-Archon and a-High Templar. So there you go. There it goes. Man, the super late game Muta switch worked amazingly. Sacsri read the situation, recognized there weren't that many Dragoons, right? The Archon count wasn't as high as it used to be, and he made a bunch of Mutas. No upgrades on these boys. Getting the work done anyway. Great stuff, dude. Really, really good back and forth game. That was a ton of fun. Ton of fun. End of the day, 278,000 points to 263. Sacsri takes down the legend Bisu. Can't win them all, Bisu fans. Outproducing 3-1, getting outkilled 4-1. It was a bloodbath for Sacsri here today. It was, and 42-2 buildings raised is humongous. That big drop at the 1 o'clock was really great, too. End of the day, total spent 72,000 to 68. 4,000 is not enough. 4,000 resources in 33 minutes is not enough to be the reason for the win here. The reason for the win here is the Mutas. It was the tech switch. And without that tech switch, I think Bisu stays in the game and probably pulls off a win. But the tech switch was smart. The tech switch was at a good time. It was affected well. It really caught Bisu by surprise, and Sacsri got the win. So good job by him. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.